Welcome back, everyone, to Not Your Advisor with NYU Grad. Happy Friday. Happy April 5th. Happy last weekend before the end of the world. So, for those hiding under a rock, the New York City tri state metro area had the largest earthquake in over 130 years today. Where was I when this happened? I was in our building, in our apartment, around 10:20 in the morning, and I've lived here since '82, and I know we've had little earthquakes that I barely felt or did not feel, but the entire apartment started to rumble and shake. At first, I thought at the beginning of it, I thought it was just like wind because we have a lot of windows, and when the wind blows really hard, you can hear the glass kind of buffeting. But not only did that happen, but my sofa started to shake, and things just started rattling, and I felt the building swaying. So got all my shit, got all my belongings, got the dog. My wife was away on business, so we just kind of went out the building. All the lights were on, nothing was happening regarding that type of stuff, but I got out to the street. Everyone was out and about walking and just talking to each other about this earthquake. It was a little scary, but not a big deal, so to speak. Like, no one got hurt. There were no reported incidents. When I got back into the apartment, I made sure to just smell the gas lines, the cooktop, make sure that nothing got loosened, and there was no type of gas leaks. But yeah, we had that big earthquake in Taiwan last week. And we have this one today. And then on Monday is the solar eclipse. And in New York, we're going to get 90% totality. So I did a little research, and I was curious to know if eclipses can potentially trigger earthquakes. And basically what it is we have a new moon. And just like the moon impacts the tides, with the new moon and the solar eclipse, that gravitational force of that new moon is pretty strong. And those tidal changes can impact the fault lines underground. So that's, I'm not sure if that was why, but we certainly had a big one, 4.8 on the Richter scale. But let's dive into the markets. I have a lot to cover today. Let's start with the breadth numbers. We had 243 new highs versus 207 new lows. 58% of stocks were advancing versus 37% declining. And 42% of stocks were below the 50-day moving average, with 33% of stocks below its 200-day moving average. A lot of things were green that were red yesterday. If I had to summarize the session, it would be Bounce Back Friday. So when you take a look at the Fibonacci retracement of the ES S&P futures, you'll notice that, and I posted this in Substack notes, so you can just take a look at the chart. But if you draw the Fibonacci retracements from yesterday's session on Thursday to today, from the high to the low, we basically retraced a little bit more than the 61.8 fib. And then we started to sell off, and we settled right around the 50% retracement level at the close. So that's really all that happened today. And I expected that. So there was really nothing remarkable about the action. What did stick out was silver and gold. Gold is at lifetime highs pretty much like every day. Silver is up 10% for the week. GDX, the mining ETF, is up 7% for the week. And the 10-year yield closed positive at 4.4%. All bearish indicators for risk assets. So we'll see how we open on Monday with the eclipse on Monday and everything. The other thing that was notable today was in the morning, the jobs number came out. And, these job numbers are really massaged and manipulated to tell a narrative. But it basically said, the number of jobs exploded higher. But if you look underneath the cover, you'll see that the number of part-time jobs soared by 691,000, while full-time jobs dropped by 6,000. So that's not a good trend. Summarizing again, we had 691,000 new part-time jobs and minus 6,000 full-time jobs. If you take a look at 1 year look back, full-time workers have collapsed by 1.3 million. In the same period, part-time workers has exploded by 1.8 million. This is not a good, sustainable trend. The other thing I wanted to mention with the eclipse, the earthquake really jostled me this morning. But I was just thinking in my head, hey, this actually might be a good time to extend a promotion for the free listeners. So until April 14th, I am going to put out a April eclipse promo of 30%. That includes both the annual and the monthly. So if you want to take advantage of that, just go to nyugrad.substack.com/eclipse, or you can just find the link right on the show notes of the podcast. So let's take a look at what was strong today. You had Kura Sushi up 5.9%, Sweet Green up 5.92%, MongoDB up 5.55%, Pan American Silver 5.03%, Birkenstock 4.88%, ACMR 4.67%, Hovanian Homebuilder 4.51%, BTG up 4.38%, Dell 4.37%, FNGU, which is the FANG ETF, 4.16%, DraftKings 4.03%, Freshpet 3.99%, Reddit 3.89%, DoorDash 3.68%, GDXJ 3.43%, GDX 3.23%, Instacart 3.22%, Meta 3.21%, Netflix 3.09%, Uber 2.99%. You had Red Rock Resorts 2.84%, Amazon 2.82%, AMD 2.77%, Roblox 2.77%, ASML Holdings 2.74%, Gold, which is Barrick Gold, up 2.7%, Backblaze 2.53%, Zeta 2.51%, Nvidia 2.45%, Lyft 2.41%, Affirm 2.37%, ARM Holdings 2.30%, Pulte Homes 2.2%, SLV, which is silver, 2.2%, Palantir 2.14%, and then Kava 2.08%. What was weak today? You had DJT, Donald Trump's media, down 12.05%, MicroStrategies down 10.9%, VinFast Autos down 4.5%, Bitfarms down 3.93%, Tesla down 3.63%. Wow, Tesla just cannot go green. Coinbase down 3.49%. New York Community Bank down 3.11%. Natural Gas down 2.79%. Extreme Networks down 2.77%. And then Intel down 2.57%. So that's going to wrap it up for the free members. Please take advantage of the promotion. You have until April 14th to get that 30% off. And I will see you all after the Doomsday weekend. Premium members, please stay on so we can go through specifically some gold and silver mining stocks.